Peter Switzer there earlier speaking with Carson Scott and Bridie Barry. Well, despite awareness campaigns that are out there, at least 1 in 10 Australians have been the victim of identity theft, and most people are still doing very little to protect themselves. Joining us now is Robbie Thomson from insurance firm EKKO Guardian. And Robbie, thanks very much for coming to the studio to talk about it. I mean, it's an interesting topic. Are we winning or losing the battle when you compare us 1 in 10 Australians victim to identity theft? What about compared to the rest of the world?
Well, those are interesting statistics, and what it shows is that, first of all, we are victims of it, and secondly, we're not doing enough to protect ourselves. And what we aim to do at EKKO Guardian is provide a means for people to take control of their personal information and store it in a secure place, and if it's lost, stolen or used fraudulently, have a means of recourse to put things right.
And what exactly are we talking about? The sorts of issues that you deal with? Is it the mobile phones being stolen, or
it's perhaps pertinent to your business viewers, the travel market. If you're away and you're overseas and you lose your wallet, you've got a lot of important information in there: credit cards, debit cards, other financial cards, and you've got to cancel those immediately, and you've got to get those reissued. And when you're away, that can be a major hassle. And what we provide is a means to secure them and get you back on track, so you can get on with doing what you were there to do originally.
I mean, it seems like credit cards would be the easiest thing to deal with. As you say, you just cancel them and then you sort it out. But things like, I just recently had my car broken into, the GPS gets stolen, and months later I get a call from police. I've been tracked down, my phone number, my address, my email address. They found out everything about me from a stolen GPS. So, I mean, is it the information that's sort of stored somehow within those devices, or the way you can track them?
What we say to our customers is that, first of all, you've got to be proactive in the way that you treat your personal information. You've got to store it somewhere so that you've got a means of referencing that when something happens and goes wrong.
Yeah.
And then what we provide is a 24/7 call centre. So say you lose your car gets broken into, you can call us and we can say, right, Brooke, you've got to do these steps. You've got to call the police, you've got to check all of your credit records, you've got to check your statements, just to make sure that your information is safe and is not being used fraudulently. Because when it is used fraudulently, it's a huge issue and a major inconvenience for people.
I mean, you're talking about business travellers in particular. Are they at greater risk? Is that what you find than the average person just at home and going to work?
Well, an interesting question, because what we've found and what those statistics have shown is that Australians at home are just as at risk as they are when they are overseas. So previously, if you'd asked me that question, it would have been an overseas problem. Identity theft wasn't so much of an issue, but as criminals get savvier, they learn that it's easier using someone else's identity to commit a crime than their own.
How does the insurance thing come into it? I mean, are these things covered much by insurance, or are they sort of only if you cover particular steps?
I suppose the insurance comes in if your identity is stolen, but what we want to provide people is a way to stop it happening in the first place, and that's why we run the call centre. That's why we have a team of dedicated people who can put a stop to it before it happens. If it does happen, we'll tell you how to put it right. In some cases, people have legal cases brought against them, and they didn't even know that they were brought against them, and they need to pay legal bills, and we will provide support for them to do that.
You offer a virtual safety deposit vault.
Yes.
Is that what you call it? Is that what you're talking about there, or something different?
What we're talking about there is the means for someone to store it online, manage their information themselves. First of all, tabulate it. People don't keep a record of these things. So if you lose your wallet, or your car gets broken into and you lose your bag, well, what did I have in my bag that I need to protect? And it's a way that we have a record of that, and we can tell you, and we can often put a stop to it on your behalf, or you have a record of it to do it yourself.
The idea of storing these details online, though, surely that can be hacked into, and that sort of creates another problem altogether.
No.
Then all your information's in one place. It's just easy for people.
It's a good question, but we've been running our website for a number of years now, and we've never had any problems. We run it at bank level security. No one has access to it apart from yourself. So it's very secure, and that's the one thing that we take more seriously than anything else, is your information and keeping that secure.
I'm just wondering why that becomes any better than keeping it on my personal computer at home and just keeping it somewhere where no one would find it.
Well, I suppose if you have it on a laptop and your laptop gets stolen, then people have got that.
Yeah, so it's sort of a central place away from your...
A third party to take control, not take control of it, but to store it for you, and then a means for you to have recourse if your identity is stolen.
How sort of new is this market and this concept that we're talking about? Because the internet's only getting more and more advanced, and you know, as you say, criminals are only getting more and more advanced with their idea of technology. How do you stay ahead of that game?
We monitor it. We monitor what's going on overseas and what's happening at home, and we evolve. So when this product is an evolution of an existing product, Card Alert. When that was launched 20 years ago, you know, there was no internet, there was no identity theft really. So we evolve as the issues of our customers evolve, and we will continue to do that.
Robbie Thomson, thank you so much from EKKO Guardian. Really appreciate your time today talking about identity theft. Very interesting and something we probably don't talk about enough, I'd say. Robbie Thomson, thank you.